Welcome back. You're listening to the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. Brenton Colmer, our dirt kart racing correspondent, is on the line with me to update us on all the latest action in the world of dirt kart racing. Brenton, welcome back. Good to have you back on the show. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, mate. Sorry about last week. I was a bit under the weather with a bit of a flu or cold, but all good, mate. Back on deck right now, so thumping on 8 cylinders. All good.
No, glad to hear you're feeling better. And Vaughan Colwell from the Tatiara Dirt Kart Club was a good substitute in your absence, but it's great to have you back on this week. So let's recap. Nationals are behind us, and I haven't spoken to you since the Nationals. So like I said, we spoke to Vaughan last week, but how did everything go from your point of view? I'm sure you had a great time at Tatiara.
Yeah, it was really busy, mate. The racing was just next level. Vaughan would have touched on the professionalism of all the drivers out on the track. It was a national title, mate. It was fantastic. And I was in the pits doing interviews, and I was actually doing a little bit of tech talk on go-karts and what we do and how we loosen go-karts up and the seat movements and bits and pieces. So it was really good. The racing was fantastic. Track was absolutely brilliant. And it was great to catch up with all my friends from all over Australia. It was a really good show. Excellent. Really well done.
Great stuff, Brenton. Glad you had a good time and glad that the whole weekend was, by all accounts, and I've heard a few different accounts of it now, but by all accounts, it was a roaring success, and the Nationals are just getting bigger and bigger every year, which is great to hear. So let's have a look around at some of the events that have just been on the weekend just gone, and we'll start off in Adelaide. They had their Friday Frenzy series. So, Brenton, tell us, what is the Friday Frenzy?
Yeah, it's a really good little race meeting. They trialled it mid-season this year, and it's really taken off. So, Friday Frenzy race meeting is it's a series of 3 race meetings, and all the points are carried over. So we've got 3 race meetings in the series, and the highest points will win overall. And how it works is we've got transponders on our go-karts now, so we can actually physically time a lap of our go-karts through transponders, and it's done by satellites, the whole bit, so it's pretty high tech. But what we do for a Friday Frenzy is literally the classes, once they're all filled up with 20 noms, they're closed off for nominations, so all of our classes come out on the track and they get 3 minutes, and basically they are flat out for 3 minutes, and you get time. So the fastest for that 3 minutes goes to the front of the first heat. Then after you finish that heat, the next heat that comes out is the fastest goes to the back of the field. So it basically gives the other people a chance to get points, and then the final is run over the highest points to the front, and that's your feature race for the night. So that's how it works. But then we give trophies out for last Friday at Adelaide, but then over the series, which is another 2 series now to go, it'll be like the champion of champions of the Friday Frenzy. So that's how it works. It's a really, really good idea, new, very fresh to dirt kart racing in Australia, and Adelaide's the first one to trial it.
All right, very interesting stuff going on there. Something a bit different, which is good to see. So looking forward to seeing how that series wraps up when we eventually get there. Angus Dirt Kart Club were the other club that had a significant event on the weekend. It was their 60th anniversary race meet. So a lot of rich history at the Angus Dirt Kart Club. And how did this event go, and how did they celebrate the big milestone?
They had some dignitaries from the local council down there to open the 60th anniversary, because, it's massive. It's like that was the start of the dirt kart racing in South Australia, and Angus is just out of Strathalbyn. It's only probably about 2 kilometres out of the Strathalbyn Town Centre. And when they first started, they showed me photos. There was not a house in sight, but now obviously houses have sprawled out across the area. But the Angus Dirt Kart Club, like I said, they had dignitaries there from the council, and they had about 130, I think it was, which was a great roll-up after 4 days after the national title, which was fantastic. So I was talking to the president, and he said that it was absolutely fantastic. The show went off really well. Track was very, very fast. They had a few lap records broken. So Sunday was a great day. He said they were really, really fast. So, they did a great job. They had a barbecue and A few of the drivers hung around Saturday night and Sunday night, and just caught up with a few. We had a few people from interstate that were still in the state from the national title, so they had a run there. But it went very, very well. I was supposed to be on the PA for this one, but unfortunately I couldn't make it because I was a bit under the weather. But they had a great show. Went off really, really well. And so they said 60 years anniversary for Angus Dirt Kart Club.
All right, massive milestone there, and it's a shame you couldn't get along to that one. It sounds like it was a really great evening of racing and of celebrating such a big milestone. So well done to everyone involved in that event, and well done to the club in general for keeping their heads above water for that long. That's a tremendous effort. Let's have a look ahead to events that are on the agenda this weekend. And we're back in Tatiara, the Limestone Coast 2-day event this weekend. Day 1 at Lucindale, day 2 at Tatiara. So talk us through this one, Brenton.
Yeah, absolutely. Both the local clubs have got together and put on a race meeting, call it back-to-back. So if you're going down that way for the Limestone Coast 2-day, Lucindale, a great track. I've been there and commentated 3 or 4 times. It's a really, really solid track. You've really got to drive. It's a great driver's track. It's very demanding, and it's the kind of track where you've got to really grab it by the throat and drive. It's really great, the Lucindale track. And, they're day 1, so that's Saturday, and they'll finish Saturday afternoon. And Lucindale is now the home of the Nationals for the 2024 national title, so I'll be down there for that one. And then, obviously, Tatiara, which we had the Nationals only 10 days ago, is on the Sunday. And once again, Tatiara's open-flowing track, very fast. That's on the Sunday. So there'll be a big weekend down in the southeast again for dirt go-kart racing. And they've nicknamed it the Limestone 2-day. It's been around for probably about 10 years now. Very big, very, very big event. There'll be a lot of go-karts going down the road again for the southeast for the Limestone Coast 2-day.
All right, great stuff. Heaps going on in the southeast in the world of dirt kart racing. They clearly absolutely love it down there, so really good to see, and that's going to be a great event. Looking forward to catching up next week and hearing all about it. But we've got a couple more events around Australia going on this weekend, Brenton. So what else is happening other than the Limestone Coast event?
Yeah, we have got on the 11th, the Saturday afternoon night. They've got a fun night at Top End Karts, which is all the way to the top end of Australia. I was talking to Steve Driver, a really good mate of mine, who is the president of Darwin Dirt Kart Club, and he said basically this will be the last race meeting for the year because, obviously the water's going to start tumbling out the sky. So it's a fun night where they're just going to have probably a few people just go out and try karts and stuff, mainly virtually like their wind-up for the year. Which will be happening in the very near future because the season's just about done and dusted for the year. But there's a massive race meeting over in Great Southern Karting Club in WA, in Wagen, and it's called the Wagen 1000. And it's going to be a huge event, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be live streamed, but they'll be on the socials with that. I haven't heard who's doing the live stream, but it's going to be so close to my heart because it's a class I run in. It's the best in Australia, and it's 200 cc's and KT twins, which was one of the classes I run in, and they are going to have literally the best in Australia. They've got, I think, about 7 or 8 drivers flying out Thursday night or Friday morning from South Australia, 2 from from Alice Springs, and I think there's 1 from Darwin. So it's going to be a massive event, and the winner that wins the Wagen 1000 gets $1,000 cash slammed in their hand. Literally, $1,000 and $100 notes will be put in their hand if they win the Wagen 1000. That's on Saturday night at West Australia. It's about probably, I think, about 90 kilometres south of Perth. And there is $1,000 cold hard cash up, so those boys and girls will be playing hard.
All right, cash in hand, no tax on that one. How good is that? Going to be a huge event, and there is plenty going on in the dirt kart racing community. Brenton, thank you for filling us in. Enjoy the racing this weekend. Are you getting out to Limestone Coast?
No, mate. I'm having a weekend off because I've got Adelaide till Friday after. Then there's a week off, and I'm back to Adelaide again. And then there's a big one, YP. I might be going up that too around the year off. But, I've got a pretty busy dance card next 2 weeks. I'm taking this one and got a big fight. So it's been a big year, mate.
All right, certainly has. Very good stuff. The weather is heating up. The season is closing in on the end, but we've still got a few weeks of action left. So, Brenton, thank you for filling us in. We'll chat to you next week and we'll get a good rundown of the exciting things that are happening in the world of dirt kart racing this weekend.
No worries. Thanks very much once again to Flow FM for letting me get on board. It's been a great ride so far, and there's heaps of people listening. So thank you very much once again to Flow FM, and I'll definitely do it all again with you guys next